A day after the former Solicitor General Gopal Subramanium withdrew his candidature for appointment as a Supreme Court judge, saying the government is apprehensive that he won't toe their line, a rebuttal of sorts coming in from the government side.
Yes, this is what we're learning by our sources. The government indicating that it's deeply distressed by the public comment of Gopal Subramanium that he's not being considered because the government would have been uncomfortable had he been appointed. The government source is also indicating that this is a suggestion that those who are appointed and have been appointed may be pliable. The decision to appoint 3 judges and segregate the case of Gopal Subramanium for reconsideration stands affirmed by the President of India and not just the government of the day. Maria Shakil is bringing us more details of why the government feels distressed and uncomfortable with the tone and tenor of Gopal Subramaniam's comments to many media houses. Maria, we do believe the government is also trying to make the point that it does have a very valid stake, and there have been suggestions in the past when names have been sent for reconsideration, and this really should be taken in the same spirit.
That's right, Anuba. In fact, the government sources are telling us that there have been several instances in case of Supreme Court and High Court judges who have been segregated, certain cases that have happened in the past for reconsideration because of certain IB reports that they have received. In fact, they are also pointing out very clearly and categorically that the question of professional ability of Gopal Subramaniam about certain clients that he appeared for or he did not appear, that is really not the relevant question here. And the point that you made, essentially saying that there is this concern, particularly distress is the word that was communicated to us, that the kind of comments and the public outcry or public statements that have been made by Gopal Subramaniam, particularly saying that the government knew that that his appointment would make them uncomfortable. So clearly this is for the first time certain viewpoints being conveyed about the kind of statements that have been made by the former Solicitor General.
Maria, when Gopal Subramaniam spoke to Bhupen yesterday, he also seemed to indicate that it was really strange that the government found merit in an IB report in a sense, but did not find enough merit in the decision of a Supreme Court collegium. How is the government really responding to this?
That's right, Anubha. But as far as the government is, the indication that has come from the government is that this is not a standalone case or a different case. There have been several instances in the past as well in which Supreme Court cases of several Supreme Court judges or the cases of High Court judges were segregated for reconsideration on the basis of some IB report. So as far as Gopal Subramaniam's case is concerned, it should not be seen as a different case. There are precedents. There have been several cases in the past as well.
Yes, Maria, we'll have to leave it there. Gopal Subramaniam also amicus in the Sohrabuddin fake encounter case, and many believing that that was one of the reasons why the government could have been uncomfortable. It was something he said in that interview he did with CNN IBN yesterday, but the government trying to make its position very, very clear, saying the decision to appoint 3 and not Gopal Subramaniam is not the government's alone. It has really the stamp of the president as well.